Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Els coming from Venus Crafty Corner, and today we're going to be making some envelope pockets. We're going to do them a couple of different ways. We're going to do this standard. This is 1, 2, 3 pockets. Maybe 4 if you do the back, and then we're going to be doing this one, which it's a little different. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pockets, could be 6 if you go from the top or the side. So we're going to be doing both of these real quick. We'll do this one first because it's the easy one, and then we'll do this one. And so I'm going to get together a list of supplies, and I will be right back to show you how we're going to do these real quick. Okay? Remember, as always, a list for all the cuts and scores and all that will be in the description box below. Okay? Give me a second. I'll get everything out. I'll be right back. All right, so this one is the first one we're going to do today, okay? This is 3 pockets, pretty easy, very straightforward. You could add a security latch to this one if you choose. It's entirely up to you. And I guess that depends on whether or not you're going to put it in the book or you're going to put it as a separate piece. It's entirely up to you. But we are going to be making this one. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to be showing you, this is not the envelope I'm making it out of, but because I want you to be able to see things, we're going to use this envelope, okay? So you need an envelope, a ruler, scoreboard and score tools, paper trimmer, glue, and some paper to decorate, okay? So let me move some things here and get rid of this paper. That out of the way. Get these things all out of my way. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue the envelope shut, and that's why I'm using this dark envelope so that everybody can see what I'm doing here. First thing I'm going to do, this little flap right here, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put some adhesive behind here, just in the corners so that I glue that portion down without, closing it up. And then I'm going to put glue around the edge here like we normally would, as close to the edge as possible, all the way to the fold. And then I'm going to put glue here as well, right up by the edge. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue this down. And that is so that I now have 2 glue points holding this together. Okay? Because I don't know about you, but I hate using an envelope and then go to put a tag or something in it and it gets caught up. No fun. Alright, so now the next part of this is going to be scoring so we can fold. And most of your legal size envelopes are 9.5 inches long. So I recommend that you score it at 4 1/4. Nice, easy, light scores. Don't have to dig in here. Okay. Fold this over. And then use your bone folder. Making sure that you've got your sides all nice and lined up. And then go ahead and burnish that fold. And then we're going to open it back up and we're going to do a couple little cuts. The first one is going to be right here on the edge of the small side. We're just going to just shave a little teeny bit off of there. Okay, it's about 1/8 of an inch. I don't know where it went. And then we're going to take about 1/8 of an inch off the top. Okay, just like that. Those are the only 2 cuts we're going to be doing for this. Okay. Now we are going to be doing our pocket pieces. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that it's open all the way through. And this one is. Boop. See? No problems. Alright. So we need to cut a few pieces. One is going to be the closure, the flap right here. And then we're going to cut a piece for here and a piece for here. And if you want to, you're going to cut a piece for inside here and a piece for inside here. Okay? So let's get started with the first one. This is where your ruler is going to come in handy. This is 4 1/8. So we're going to cut this at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So paper for this, 2 strips. One that is 4 1/4, 4 1/8, excuse me, 4 1/8, and one that is 3 7/8. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of this and bring in the actual envelope that we're going to be using. Okay, so this is exactly the same as the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 7/8, and I'm going to cut 3 7/8. And we're just going to dry fit this right here. And I think we could take a little bit more off. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to need a piece for back here. Now we can use the same, or we can use what we're going to be using for our flap. And I think I'm going to be using what I'm going to use for my flap. So I'm going to cut the second piece. And it doesn't have to go all the way down. That's the beauty here. So I'm going to cut the next one at 3 by 3 7/8. Okay, so now I have my front for both of these, and we're going to do some punching, so we'll get some other pieces cut here. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and ink these 2 pieces. If you're going to ink, do that now. Ink your envelope and ink your pieces, and then I'll be right back. All right, so once you have everything inked, you can go ahead and put your pieces on. So you're going to have your piece here in the back, and then your piece in the front. And then we're going to want to do a little bit of measuring here. This is 4 1/8. So we're going to put a little bitty mark, kind of, you know, here. And at the same place up here. At the midpoint. Okay? If you're going to put a finger punch in it, now's the time to do that. Just open up your end. Slide in your punch. Put that mark in the middle and punch it out. Okay? And then I take that and I put it here because I want it to be the same size, you know? So I just match up my lines, my marks. Just like that. And I just want to know where I'm going here. Okay. I think that's pretty close. Okay. Ooh. It shifted. There we go. All right. Now we'll re-ink here. And if you are going to want to put something on the inside of these, now would be a good time to do that. And what I recommend is a strip that is about 1 inch and about 2 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut a 2-inch wide strip, and then I'm going to cut a piece that's about 1 inch of this. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. With this one, we have to do this way. Okay. All right. So now I have my little 2 pieces for the inside. And these I can ink up. You don't have to do this. You could just ink, you know, the piece if you want to. But I'm weird. Okay, so I'm just going to ink my top here on both. Basically just getting rid of that white line. And then I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to do it in the reverse. So this one's going to go in here. And I want to line up the top of this with the top of the paper that I have on there. So, gluey, 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 glue. Okay. Open. Here's my trick. I line it up on the front and then push it to the back. Okay. All right, so for our flap, I'm going to take my piece that is 4 1/4, and I am going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4. Doink. And then we're going to put this on here, and we're going to score this at 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 1 3/4. Easy. Okay. On the bigger side, if you want to round your corners, you could do that. You do not have to. On the other side, we're going to do a little wedge. You also don't have to do this, but, you know, I like to. So from the back to that fold line, I'm just going to wedge out a little bit. Okie dokie. Then I'm going to fold and burnish. Ink. Ink is my friend. Okay. Ink on the fold. Ink around the front. Ink the inside. Okay. Now, we are ready to assemble the whole thing. I will be right back. Okay, so putting this one together is pretty easy. We're just going to put some glue on here, or tape if you prefer. That is entirely up to you. And then we're going to set this where we want it in the front. Once we have it in the front, then we'll bring the back down. Okay. Then, you know, we'll decorate and do all that fun stuff. And if we want to put a closure on this, it's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is just pop a hole right here with your punch, and set a brad there with a disc, and you just wrap with a single piece of string. So that one's pretty easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and get set up for the second one. I'm going to show you how to make the second envelope. I'll be right back. Okay, so for this one, let's not bore everybody with how to prep the envelope. You know how to do that. We already did it. Okay, so with this one, what we did is we cut the envelope at 4 inches. That gave us 2 pieces. Okay, so put it in your trimmer, cut it at 4 inches, reserve that part. Then you're going to take the other piece, the piece that's 5 inches. You're going to shave just a little bitty bit off the edge. Okay, and then you're going to put this in your scoreboard, and you're going to score this at 2 1/4 inches. All right, now watch. When you fold that at 2 1/4 inches, and then you lay that over the back piece, you end up with lots of pockets. Okay, so this one, I'm not even going to bother like really decorating it because it's kind of pretty the way it is. So I'm going to put a little bit here, and that's kind of it. All right, so I have my envelope. It's folded. All right, this is going to go here, and my envelope is 4 1/8. I have a piece of paper here that's 4 1/8. I'm going to cut a 5-inch piece for my flap. Four and a half. Depends on how long you want your flap to be, okay? So set that to the side. I'm going to round some corners real quick. Maybe. Because these, that's going to go just like that, okay? Now, I want to put a piece of paper right there. So I'm going to cut a piece that's like 2 inches. And since this is 4 1/8, I'm going to cut at 3 7/8. Okay. Now this should fit beautifully right there. Okay. So this is my back piece. This is my second pocket. This is my top pocket. Okay. You can see I'm breaking this up. All right. So now ink this. Now, I'm not going to ink the whole thing. Like I said, I'm not even going to really decorate this because this is actually a really pretty little envelope. It's supposed to be snowflakes. It's a Christmas envelope. But I think it just looks like a beautiful, you know, sky. All right, making sure that my butterfly is going in the right direction here. We're going to cheat. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Now, punch finger holes. Find your center. 1. Helps if you actually get some in there. 2. Oh, we're doing pretty good so far. Okay. Number 3, right there. Okay. Now, you can ink those if you want to. You can add paper in there if you want to. That's entirely up to you. But here we go. Ready? Glue on the small flap outside. It is amazing how you can put the pin in this thing and it clogs. Fold up the flaps. Then on the back here, we're going to glue on 3 sides. Let me see if I can get this open a little better. I have to tell you, if I'm not on camera, everything works just fine. There we go. Okay, across the bottom and up this side. Then we're going to put this on here. Lining up our corners and our edges. And then we're going to set this to the side and let it dry. Okay? All right, so while that is drying, we're going to come back to this part. And this is our, this part is our flap. So I'm going to get the scoreboard for this and the score tools. I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to take our piece. We're going to put the rounded edges to the higher numbers. We're going to come in on our flat edge and we're going to score gently at 2 inches. Wherever there's a hill, make it a valley. Wherever there's a valley, make it a hill. Burnish. And then on the back piece here, we're just going to do a little bit of a wedge. I have scissors. I know I do. There they are. Just a little bit of a wedge from the open end to the fold. Okay, and then we're going to ink this. So for this, we're going to ink at the fold, all the way around the edge. And then on the inside, again, at the fold, and all the way around. Now we're going to bring our pocket back over, and I'm going to clean up this mess, and I'll be right back to show you how we're going to put it all together. All right, so once again, we're going to match this at the front, making sure that our sides are matched. I'm going to turn this over, and we're going to put our glue on the back. Or tape, whatever adhesive you want to use. We all know I love glue. All right, then I'm going to push the flap in, press it down. And that is that one. Now this one was actually a little bit easier to do because there were these great cut-aparts, you know, in the stuff. So I'm going to look and see if there's anything in here that I want to use to decorate. If not, you know, who knows. But I'm going to go ahead and get these decorated up a little bit, and I'll be right back to show you the finished pieces. Be right back. All right, so here they are, nice and done. I haven't put any journal cards or anything in them, but this is the first one, and all I did here was I just added a little reinforced circle that I punched and some string, and that just gives you a little closure. And if you're going to glue this into your journal, you just glue it this way and just glue the string behind, and then the string just comes up. Okay, so on this one we have 1, 2, 3 pockets, and then if you want to put a pocket in the back here or a pocket here, you're going to have that extra space to do that. Okay, so 3 pockets on this one, guaranteed 3 pockets on this one, and then there's this one. And now this one I decided to just close it with a little paper clip, because I'm going to actually glue this one in my journal this way so that I have a pocket coming in at the side. So just a paper clip will work for this one. We're going to open it up, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. Okay, I know it's a lot of pockets in one little envelope. All right, so that's it. That's my project for today. If you have any questions, make sure that you reach out or put them in the comment section below, and I will be happy to get back to you as quickly as possible. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, go and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and your friends can be my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, giant crafting community. I do go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and on Sundays we play some kind of game where there's, you know, inevitably prizes. Also, I post videos twice a week, typically on Monday and Wednesday, but it could be any day of the week, and it could be more than twice a week. You never know. If you want to know what I have coming up, what's going on as far as classes, things like that, all you have to do is check out the community tab here on my YouTube channel, or in the description box below, there's a link. Go over to my Facebook group. There's a featured listing there as well. I update both of these on the regular, and it is pretty much the who, what, when, why, where, and how of my digital life. Tells you everything that I got going on. Other than that, till I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.